Forget the usual sell clothes, start a food business advice. Nigerian women are making millions from some really unusual businesses. In this video, I'll share 5 weird but surprisingly profitable businesses that women are running right here in Nigeria, and who knows, you might just get inspired. Welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Mercedes. I'm a business coach, an entrepreneur, and on this channel, I share profitable business ideas that women can do right here in Nigeria. Before we get into today's business ideas, I want you to know that these are not your typical business ideas. These are not business ideas that when people think of starting a business, they naturally gravitate towards. No, these are business ideas that are unusual. They are not your everyday businesses. But trust me, running these businesses, though they are weird, but they are surprisingly profitable. Now let's get into the business of the day. Number 1 on my list is insect farming. Now, do you know that there are some insects that people are farming right here in Nigeria and is making them a lot of money? They are farming these insects and pushing them to feed producers, okay? So people who produce feed, animal feed, they push it to them. These are insects like grasshopper, crickets, black soldier flies. Even in some countries, these insects are farmed and they are later processed and eaten as a snack. But in Nigeria, mostly people who farm these insects are actually pushing them out to people who are manufacturers of fish feed, chicken feed, and the rest. So they push them to them because these insects are a very high source of protein. They are highly proteinous. So when they farm these insects, they send them in sacks in bulk to people who manufacture this animal feed. So what they do is that they incorporate it into their production process for the animal feed, serving as a protein source for these animals. Because these insects are highly proteinous, they are a very high source of protein. The people who manufacture this animal feed, they use it and incorporate into their feed production to serve as a high protein source, which is also cheaper than buying other protein sources to manufacture the feed, such as crayfish and other things that they use for fish feed. So these people buy it plenty and grind it, incorporate it into their fish feed production, their chicken feed production, any kind of feed, animal feed that they are producing. So it serves as a very high source of protein. Now, think about the population of Nigeria. Think about the number of people who are into animal production, such as people who are raising chicken, people who are raising fish, they are training fish. How many in your state alone? How many fish farmers can you think of? You go to the market every day, and for every time you go to the market, you see that there's always fish. There's always catfish selling in the market. There's always chicken selling in the market. So I want you to put on your thinking cap and think about the sheer number of Nigerians and the number of people who are raising animals to sell and the quantity of feed that they would need to train those animals till they are mature. Knowing and putting it at the back of your mind that the bigger your animal, the bigger your fish, the bigger your chicken, the higher the price that the customers are going to pay for it. And protein is a nutrient that highly contributes to how big your animal gets. You know, it's not just about the size alone. It's also about the weight. You go to buy chicken, you go to buy fish, and it is placed on a scale. Now, it is protein that is going to help that animal to weigh more. Think about the number of people that you can supply these insects to use as protein sources in their manufacturing of animal feed, so that you can know the amount of money that you stand to make. And people are already doing this right here in Nigeria. Number 2 is renting out luxury items. Luxury items such as wigs, designer bags, ashwebi. These are expensive things, and truly not everyone can afford to buy and own these properties for themselves. But when they want to attend certain events or even high-end events, they think about going to go and just hire these items that they can use one off and return it back to the owner. So women are now buying these luxury items and renting them out to other women to use for these events. So think about a wig, for example. You want to attend a wedding, for example, this month, and you want to look a certain way. Imagine going to go and buy a wig of 2 million naira, 4 million naira, even 5 million naira. And the following month, you're going to have another wedding or event that you want to attend, and you need to wear another wig, right? Not everybody is going to want to wear the same wig that they wore in the previous event for another event, right? Especially people who are really out there, celebrities and well-known people. What do? They go and hire these items from people who are renting them out. Today, they could hire a blonde, long, bone straight wig. Tomorrow, they could hire a short oxblood wig, and they just change it up and switch things up, and by the time they take pictures and post them on Instagram, a lot of people would be imagining the number of wigs that they have, and like bags, for example, the Birkin, the Chanels and all that. They keep changing this bag, and if you fall under pressure, you would feel that they have these items and own them. This is me spilling the secrets. Most people actually hire these items. They go, they rent it, and they use it for the event, and when they are done, they return this item. So if you feel that you can invest in this business idea, then you need to do your due diligence. There are certain criteria, there are certain things you need to put in place before you start this business, because you don't want a situation whereby someone hires your designer bag that you bought really expensive and the person returns it damaged, or the person claims it was stolen, or the person even disappears, right? You want to be able to hire out this item and receive it back in good condition, because that is the only way that your business is going to be profitable. That is the only way that you will be able to hire the same item to multiple people to make more money than you invested into the business. So there are certain due diligence that you want to invest into the setup process of this particular business so that you can remain profitable and stay in business. Number 3 business is going to be the poop business. Yes, poo. I actually paused so that you can take it in. People are making money from poop. I know that this sounds wild, but people are making money from animal poop, okay? So things such as cow dung are being harvested and they are being sold, and they are really in high demand because they are being used for organic fertilizers and even biogas production. People who are saving the planet, people who are working in climate sectors, they harvest this animal poop and they use it to do a certain number of things, so that instead of it just damaging the planet, damaging the earth, it can be utilized into something that is even more profitable. Okay, so imagine fertilizers that are used in planting. This animal poop is one of the ingredients that are used. Biogas production, this is an energy source that is not connected to like our grid. These are natural energy sources. One of the core ingredients that is used for biogas production is animal poop. Some people use cow dung for it, some people use chicken poop for it. So these are really core areas that people are making money from. And trust me, if you're doing any business in Nigeria and you link it or you relate it to the climate, it is a very, very viable business, and you're even going to get investors because people are very, very much aware of climate issues and we're trying to save the planet now is one of the SDG goals that have been put in place, and we're looking to achieve it by year 2030. Number 4 is recycling. So whether it is turning plastic bottles into plastic chairs, repurposing old tires into furniture, or recycling nylon into bags, people have been converting waste products into a source of wealth. People are making a lot of money from recycling waste products and making money from it. This particular business is also a twofold, two benefits kind of business, because by harvesting these waste products, you are saving the environment, and women who are taking these waste products and recycling them are saving the environment on one hand, and on the other hand, they are making money from it. Now, the easiest way for you to get into, or one of the fastest ways for you to get into recycling, is for you to recycle bottled water. So if you see those pet bottled waters that bottling companies use to package their water for sale, now people get those bottles in large quantities and they start their recycling business. So they get them in 1,000 kg, 10,000 kg, they pack the bottles together, and then they send them to these recycling companies. There are different stages in which you can get into this particular business. You can be the person who is getting these bottles, for instance, and getting them in bulk and sending them to the recycling company. You can also be the person who decides that, okay, I have enough money to buy the machines, the equipment that are needed to start up a recycling company, and set it up, while people can also bring those used bottles to you. Another way to get into this business is that I've also seen women who are using nylons, polythene bags to make things like handbags, to make school shoes for children. I've also seen people use tires, old tires that have been abandoned. So they go to the dumping sites and they pick these old tires that have been abandoned, and they use them for any kind of furniture. They can use them to set up like a flower vase, they can use it to set up like a center table, and these are all ways that they are making money from it and also saving the environment. So if this particular one interests you, look at what niche in that particular industry that you're capable to start with, and then you can do more research on it and plunge into the business. Number 5 and final business that I'm going to be sharing today is snail farming and snail slime. Now, I know that snail farming is not going to be unusual to you, it's quite common, but how about snail slime? Now, a lot of beauty products these days, Korean beauty products, imported beauty products, and recently Nigerian beauty products are incorporating snail slime into their products, because snail slime has been found to have a number of benefits on the skin. Now think about the number of women in Nigeria, for instance, and of course you can export your business, your beauty products. So think about the number of women that are using beauty products. Think of the number of women that have skin issues, or that are even using these beauty products as anti-aging. A lot of these cosmetic companies would use this product inside the face cream. There are even products that are even called snail mucin right now, so they are on their own, and you're supposed to use it before your moisturizer and before your sunscreen. I'm sure that you'll be exposed to this kind of products. I'm also going to attach a picture here. Now think about the number of women that are buying this product. Where do you think that these cosmetic companies are getting this snail slime from? They are definitely being supplied this snail slime. They are supplied by people who are farming the snails and harvesting the mucin. So what you can do if you're trying to harvest the mucin is that People farm this snail in large quantities, very large quantities, and when they are of maturity, they harvest the snail, package them for supply to stores or individuals' restaurants, while they keep the snail mucin and supply that as a separate product to the cosmetic companies. The cosmetic companies are now the ones who are going to purify this snail mucin and make them okay for us to be able to use them on our skin. Please don't go and get snail from your backyard and get the slime and put on your face. So I'm not the one that said you should do that. This mucin, the snail slime, goes through a process before it is finally suitable to be used on the face, to be used on the skin. These women are making a ton of money extracting this slime from the snails, selling the snail as food, and selling the slime to cosmetic companies for money. I've come to the end of the 5 businesses I'm sharing for today, but there's something that I want you to notice from today's businesses. I want you to notice that you don't have to do what everybody else is doing. These businesses, they prove that it is possible to do something that other people consider weird, but then make a whole lot of money from. These are not very loud businesses. These are not businesses that people shout a lot about online, both Instagram, YouTube, and the rest. But these are businesses that exist. These are businesses that women do, and these are businesses that women make a whole lot of money from in Nigeria. Now that you have gone through all of these 5 businesses, which of them interest you the most? Which of them do you find the weirdest? Which of them would you consider investing in? Which of them would you consider starting? I want to read from you in the comments. And do subscribe, turn on notifications so that when I upload another video, which I do every week, you'll be the first to be notified. And I'll see you on the next one.